point in college career stuff, you've done so much of this stuff. What are your goals for the season? What do you want to see, either the team or yourself? Like, what's your ideal? Obviously, winning a national championship again is probably pretty cool, but like, how are you approaching the season?
I think ultimately, just being able to get back to the tournament. I think that's like everybody's goal.
Yeah.
Right? And then the goals before that, like maybe winning the ACC regular season or ACC championship from the ACC tournament. Just those smaller goals, but ultimately, making it back to the tournament would be nice. I know last year wasn't a little bit of a disappointment, but we look forward to this year. And then as a player, just trying to improve my shooting percentage of what it was, and then just trying to get it up, and then just trying to be more consistent offensively, just taking care of the ball and making an open shot.
And there should be, basically looking at the roster and development as well, like potentially more shooters from the outside this year. What does that make you super excited? Someone like, your first year you got to play with Ty and Kyle and Dre, like having some of those options from outside that can hit some of those shots this year?
Yeah, definitely. Through practice, guys are making tough shots, and guys are hitting shots all over the court. Even guys like Reese, Mon, even Caden stepping out and making shots. So it's nice to just see everybody who put in the work and grind, and just being able to have trust in guys that will make a shot. So it's been good so far.
Yeah, if you could talk a little bit, I know you guys mentioned that out there in the main room, but one of the more experienced teams out there, could you talk about the value of having all this experience this season?
I think it's really valuable. Just you can't teach experience, right? So players like Ben, Jaden, Armand, me, we've been through the grind, we've been through games, and it's not the same as when you're in high school and you're just coming out your first year. So being able to go through those experiences and then show the young guys on what it takes to get to that level and what is required by Coach Bennett to be on the floor, it'll help us in the long run.
You mentioned funny moments with Coach Bennett. What comes to mind? Is there like one particular moment that's probably the funniest that stands out?
I can't really think of anything off the top of my head right now, but like you said, we kind of just make light out of certain moments on the court, off the court, but just something that brings us closer as a team.
How relaxing does he make you guys feel? It seems like even during timeouts, I noticed he makes you guys so relaxed under any circumstances I've seen you here with the team.
I think it just goes to just like Jaden said. Coach always says you're covered, and he always wants to make sure that we're playing freely, and to just go out and just not being worried on performing, so going out and playing free.
You've dealt with roster turnover before in your career at Virginia. Has this felt a little bit more cohesive at this point in the season than normal because of the trip to Italy, because of getting those extra practices? Like, does it feel a little bit different, or how's that team chemistry at this point compared to other seasons?
Yeah, I think it's a lot different for me, at least. A lot of people transfer, or a lot of people go in to play in the league. So it's different, but it feels great, and you can kind of just feel the chemistry on the court, and just that we're well gelled, and it just seems like a well-oiled machine when you got guys who have played and had experience together. So.
Does that depth now this year feel like it puts maybe even more pressure on you guys or on everybody to perform and hit shots and get rebounds, knowing that there are some of these like hungry first years like waiting?
Yeah, if you're not going to do the job, especially on the defensive end, there's a guy behind you that will. So it pushes you and motivates you to just do your job and do your role. Because if you don't, you're going to get pulled. So
How important is it for you guys to appreciate the process and the full grind of taking it step by step and having your goals accomplished throughout the year?
I think it's really important to just have that growth mindset. Embracing the process. When you have a fixed mindset, I think it just tends to bring negativity, and you get bogged down by things that you don't accomplish. So being able to have that growth mindset, embrace the process, and just getting better each and every day, like Coach said, he has a quote, never tried, ever failed, try again, fail better, and just being able to take that through you within life, just trying to prepare you to get to each step.
You guys got a lot of genuine personalities. on this team. It kind of reminds me of when you guys did have guys like Melody and guys that just stick out all the time. So, what is it that you say you bring to these younger guys in terms of keeping that close relationship and that team?
Just trying to be that leader. The older guy, the veteran, the big brother. Whether it's taking guys before practice, getting up shots, stuff like that. But just showing them the reins and showing them what it takes to be on the floor and stuff like that. And then relationship-wise, each player you have different relationships with, and you got little inside jokes that you can bring up in certain moments. So it's been good so far. So.
Kihei, you're about as tenured as a player in the ACC as there is altogether. Just how have you seen the perception of the league change from the time you were a freshman, and obviously, the league's turned out multiple one seeds to maybe a little bit of a divergence last year, and projecting forward, how do you sort of think it'll fit in the overall spectrum this season?
I think the ACC, especially my first 2 years, just being the best league, everybody was hyped about it, and then to a year like last year, teams saying that it wasn't that good, but we had 2 teams in the final four, Elite Eight or something like that. So I always think that this league is the best in the country. So night in and night out, you're going to get a different opponent who's capable of beating you. So I think in terms of the country, I think we got a pretty good league this year.
Why do you think maybe last year it was perceived outwardly as not being up to snuff? I mean, in most years you go 13-7 in the ACC. That's an auto bid into the tournament. What changed?
I don't know. Maybe just based on other leagues and the way the ranking system played out before play happened. I mean, I don't know how it played out, and I don't really play into the rankings and stuff like that. But I know there were a lot of teams that people were hyped on in other leagues, the Big 10, Big 12. So that's just how it played out.
Kihei, what would you say was the biggest reason you decided to come back for this year?
Biggest reason would probably be just to better my professional career. Everybody aspires to play in the NBA and those dreams. So I think coming back will help.
In what ways do you want to see your own personal development come this year?
I think just improving my shooting ability and just bettering my percentage, and then being a more consistent player, whether it's taking care of the ball more, not turning it over, and just defensively my role hasn't changed, right? So picking up 94 feet, disrupting their offense, that will always be the same.
You obviously know what a winning team looks like here. Do you think that this team has the ingredients to be a winning team?
Yeah, I think we definitely show flashes of it in practice now, and just trying to be continuous. Breakdowns are going to happen, but being able to cover for each other and trust that the next guy is going to be in the right position, I think that's important for a defense to thrive.
Thanks, Kihei.
You mentioned defense so much, and that's been the standard of Virginia basketball. What does that mean, or what does entail a good defensive effort? What do you consider good defense as a unit and as a team? And why has it been such a big part of the program?
Defense is all effort, right? So when you have one guy on the ball, you got 4 guys in the pack. That's where it starts. Ball pressure is all effort, and then just having the trust that you have guys behind you in the pack, so you can't pressure the ball. And then breakdowns are going to happen, whether it's from pick and roll, you got skips, breakdowns happen, and then covering for each other, just being continuous, making multiple efforts to cover guys. That's what a good possession looks like, and then just finishing it with a contested shot.
Does this current unit have potential to be one of the better defensive units, you think, just in the program, at least since you've been there?
I think so. We returned all 5 starters, right? So I think there's a lot of experience in that, and I think you can see that in practice now. So just trying to be continuous, like I said, and just keep working at it, possession by possession. Might have a bad possession, but if you contest a shot or something like that, or you make a last-minute effort, you could get the stop. So just doing that repeatedly over the game should take a toll on the other team.